right, we
Do I
should
leave
be.
my setting? Do I have to look at myself the whole time, or could I?
We
Can
should
I?
be going live here shortly.
You can pin somebody else's image.
There, I can. That's better. I just moved that thing down.
All right, we're live.
Hi, everybody.
Well, want to go ahead and say thank you for joining us here on the Spy Shack podcast, the podcast where people who are super fans get together and review the latest episode of Survivor, and we're gonna be reviewing or recapping episode 3, My $1 Million Mistake, and another good episode in my opinion. Without getting too much into the episode, what do you guys think of this week?
Oh, I
Oh,
loved
just
it. I mean, any
mhm.
Survivor is good Survivor. We went a really long time without it, and I'm truly enjoying this season. I think the cast is amazing. I think whoever did it, bravo, and it was a great episode, and I'm looking forward to talking about it.
All I gotta say is beware of today's recap. There might be some hot takes.
Well, this season's a little bit different because especially even on the first episode, we were jumping around a lot. It's kind of hard to do that with the season, I believe, because of the way it's structured. So I guess we'll just take off from the beginning, coming back to
Yep.
from with Yase and their vote. Um, Liana giving us the title of this episode, saying that she might have made her $1 million mistake by not really being forceful with who she wanted to go home and letting Voce go out.
But
Um,
wait a minute. I thought she said her $1 million mistake was not finding the
The
advantage, because she
oh,
said she
that's
was
right. That's
right
right.
there.
Yes,
She's like,
yes.
I was right there, and I missed it. But prior to her saying that, she
You're right.
was talking about another mistake she made. I mean, before that, she was saying that she wasn't forceful enough of who she wanted
Yes,
to go home. It wasn't a $1 million mistake, quote, but she was very upset about not being more forceful about who she wanted to go home.
you're correct. I smushed those together. Yeah. I guess Kim, real quick, since you weren't here last week, did you want to talk real quick about Voce being
Oh
voted
yeah.
out?
I understood the vote, and I hated to see it happen. I mean, Tiffany, I like her. I don't. It was rough. I saw the reason behind getting rid of him, because they want, I guess, they don't want the women to go in the end, like one after another. But I don't think Tiffany, as far as I saw, brought a lot. And if you saw it in this upcoming episode, you will see that she was perfectly willing to at least be quiet about what she found. She didn't want to find that in front of them. So that made me like her more, because I felt like, okay, she is here to play. She's not here just to experience the show.
Yeah, and touching back about what they went through last week, I had the only issue I had with Tiffany was her panicking. I guess going into this paranoia mode
Yes.
and not clearly hearing what her alliance was telling her. So that's the only reason why I think I
Well,
was
she was
upset with what.
panicking. She was making no sense. She was like, but what if he has the idol? And they're like, it's not
Mhm.
possible. But what if he does? And they're like, oh my God, she's completely unraveling. But again, it's what the edit wants us to see. That
Mhm.
could have lasted 2 minutes. And then later on, she could have been like, you know what? Duh. And then they didn't show us that, you know?
Yeah. At the end of the day, Voce went out last week, and like I said, we are starting this episode with Liana telling us that she should have been more forceful, and then of course we see the advantage right at her feet, and I was like, that
Oh
was
my God,
weird.
it was right there.
The,
I was,
the thing is,
touch it.
when I see something like that, I feel like you're gonna grab it and like you're gonna get like in a rabbit trap or something. Someone's gonna grab you or something. It feels like a trap. It feels like something is gonna happen to you if you just reach out to get it. It's like bait. to go get something, and it really was. But
It was. I mean, it really was
Mhm.
right out in the open. There
well, they
was no
wanted it to be
hiding.
found. They wanted it to be found.
Yeah. Producers were like, "Listen, we just got to basically put it right there, because these kids aren't going to find it otherwise if you don't just put it in front of them." You know?
Well, yeah. Well, Louisville hasn't even found their idol, so yeah. Um, I'm on the side with Leanna as far as she should have been more voiceful. Hopefully, hoping that she does get the right person out. Um, it was dark, so I can see why she didn't see hers. At least the way we saw it, it looked pretty dark there. But it was
Yes,
right
it
out of
did
foot.
look dark. It was before sunrise,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it definitely wasn't just. It was right there, but you're not really looking. She was just doing her thing. And
Too obvious, I think.
Yes.
Louisville also finds theirs. What's her name? I really don't know the girls' names from
I
Louisville
don't know
because
her
we
name. I
haven't
know
really
you're
hit
talking about
Sydney.
the brunette.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Sydney.
Sydney.
Yeah.
Sydney.
And
I
she
don't-
wanted Nasir to get it, so she grabbed that.
I liked how
Crazy bad.
she kept her eye on it, making sure no one else saw it though.
Yes,
but
that's
that could
how
have been a
you
mistake
do it,
though.
man. She told no one. No one knew she left camp. No one knows No one knew, right?
As far as we
Yeah.
don't know, but we don't. I don't know. Maybe she did tell everybody because she kind of just wandered off like without an issue. So
But why wouldn't they have showed us her tell anybody?
maybe that's gonna come later on, like they did later on with her talking to Danny about Nasir, which
Which they
Last
flipped
week-
on him really
exactly.
fast, man.
I was gonna say that. I accidentally put
Oh,
a fake.
Nasir.
I accidentally put a fake beard on me, and I can't get it off. I mean, it's my beard is real, but that little piece isn't. Anyways, yeah, Nasir. I liked him last week, but now I'm back to like, Nasir. I like you, but stop. You're
So
gonna.
messy.
Calm down,
He's going to get
calm
himself.
down.
He's gonna get himself voted out.
So freaking
Um,
messy. He's like targeting everyone. Like, stop. Stop and breathe. You guys are safe. Stop saying all this stuff. And
Well, we said it
It
last week.
reminds me of JD a little in their way of just being so excited to be part of this show that they truly love, that they are forgetting how to play. Not that we would all be great at it, but I'm just saying they're kind of forgetting.
It's that big
Yeah.
move. What's it called? What do you call it? Big move-itis?
yeah, big
Everybody
moveitis.
in the new season, in the new era, I guess, of Survivor, and especially with this shortened season, they're just thinking about moves. That's all they're doing. And I mean, I guess that's what they're intending to do by shortening it. I know part of the shortening season is because of COVID and all, but it's also like they said they might just keep it this way from now on to keep the pace going fast, so that you don't have those third of the days that they're out there just laying around, or
But I like that, but I don't
Mhm.
also want them to throw in 100 twists. Just
Yeah.
let them play.
No,
And
I don't
that's it.
mind.
See what happens.
I don't mind advantages, and what happens with this. I think they're trying to do the whole beware. I don't want every single advantage to have a beware or like, a penalty to it. At the same time, though, it keeps people from. It makes people want to think about: do I really want this advantage? Do I really want to look at it? Because in the previous seasons, we've all seen advantage getting. We've seen so many advantage and idols all at once. This season, we're going to episode 4. There's no single, I guess, useful idol yet. The advantages really, I mean, they really haven't come into play much, other than to use over other people, I guess. I'm fine with the amount of play that's getting with idols and all, because there's nothing right now. But I don't know if I
Okay.
want to keep. I don't know if I want to keep seeing beware or penalties for every single advantage. There should be some advantages that are still. I'm okay with the lack of idols being found or being useful at this point.
Yeah, let's
I
not
think
forget
they're-
what happened to Cerise. So, and that will go down as one of the saddest moments ever on Survivor.
But I think this is the thing. This is what they're playing with on like deriving from the idea of fire tokens. This is just that they're playing with the number of votes that are in the game. And I think that's kind of exciting and new. And I agree. There's too many beware advantages out there. But these are just like one and off, and you make your decision and then you're done. It's not like the three-way idol where you're just stuck without a vote forever and ever and ever.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
this is
because I need to ask you a question. I guess I'll ask later about what happens with that idol.
Yeah.
yeah. Let's jump real quick to UA and talk
Hmm.
about how they found their advantage, and it really was Brad. Everyone looking for idols out in sight, right? Um,
Yeah.
and we find out that Brad. Well, we found out two things. First, Brad is not really doing much. He wakes up, starts doing his chores, sticks around the camp. Everyone thinks that they're fine because everyone else is looking around. Finds the advantage right next to him, next to the fire again. Well, again, I thought he was gonna miss it because they were on him for a while. And I'm like, bro, it's right there. What are you doing? What are you doing? But he did end up seeing it, and he opened it right then and there. Risky move to me,
Yes,
yeah.
he didn't even like put it in his pants and walk away and hide it. Nothing. He looked to his left, his right. He's like, I don't see nobody. And
I
I
mean,
think
everybody was away, so I mean,
yeah, they're probably
Yeah, but people
sleeping
can
because
come
I
back.
think it was early
mhm.
morning because he
Hmm.
said something about early risers. So I think they must have been sleeping
No,
for
well,
him to
no,
be
that
that comfortable.
they were out on the beach laughing. They weren't.
Yeah.
What he was upset about is that they were just laughing and having a good time without doing any of the tribe chores that they have. I guess, which I mean, well, how many chores you can really have other than probably maybe get water and start fire? I don't know, clean up a little bit,
Yeah,
sand
I
everywhere.
think there is a ridiculous amount of downtime on Survivor. Not that it's easy. I don't think the downtime is easy. I just think there's downtime. The downtime is still super hard. It's just
Hmm.
downtime.
Hmm.
Now, uh, they continue looking for idols there, and then we kind of Brad really is bad at keeping his, I guess, a poker face because he kind of almost gives itself up, like, oh yeah, it's a new era, like, um, you might find idols differently this season or something like that. That's how I took it. That's what he was meaning. I mean, to me, I was like, that's kind of fishy if if you just pay attention to what he's saying. He found the idol earlier. Not really looking at for it to I don't know. Was he looking for it, or was he just kind of just like looking around and he found it? I kind of felt like he just kind of found it.
Mark, you take this because I don't remember.
It kind of felt like he and Jeannie were just like walking around. I think either to or from the well, maybe, and it was just like right there, and he saw it on the ground and he picked it
Yeah,
up.
that's what I think it
Yes,
was.
and he would not. I think he had said had she not been there, he would not have shared it.
What
Right.
I
But I
feel
don't
like
know
when
if
he
I
talked,
believe him because he shared the other one and
yeah,
nobody saw him
he
find that.
he reads it and it seems like he's talking really loud, and Jeannie's kind of like, calm down. Um, so now he's got the advantage and the one
The
third of
three-way
the
idol.
yeah the one third of the shared immunity idol. I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
I guess we won't really know what that really means until it actually happens, and we still have.
I mean, it's three individual idols, and they are not activated until all three phrases are said at a challenge.
Yeah, but why do they say three-way shared idol?
Because their idols share the same fate. If they're not all activated, then they're all dormant.
No, we learn that this advantage, the obvious advantage, the one that has been putting at the fire pit, they're supposed to get on this boat, go to this little shack that Doug kind of pointed out last week. I couldn't remember what the preview for this week was, and he like there's a shack that they're all gonna go to, and it's pretty much is another version of the summit, another way to get people there. I kind of like this. They change up the way that they're getting to the summit or getting together. First time it was just choose somebody or to go. The second time it was the winner of the immunity challenge choose one person from the losing tribe, and then you can choose either one from your tribe or from the other tribe. And you can go. Just changing it up that way, people are not going to be expecting it or not knowing what to expect. But it's still the same kind of format out there. They talk a lot.
Yeah.
I talked about it last week. Is it kind of broken now because they're going to be talking to each other? What do we want to do to make sure we get the best outcome that we can think we can get? And they kind of talked about it. Tiffany, I thought Tiffany would have just tried to get the vote steal. I don't know.
Let's talk about the options that are there. It's the same sort of prisoner's dilemma decision that they had with the protect or risk a vote, but instead it's a TARP or steal a vote. If all choose TARP, then everybody gets TARP. If all choose steal a vote, then everybody lose their vote. If there's a split decision, then the TARP players get nothing, and the steal a vote people will get a steal a vote.
Yeah, this time around, if there's more steal a vote or more the risk, I guess, the person protecting really doesn't get anything. I mean, it's not really a protector; it's just a TARP.
And they spoke very little about what their decision was. The girls obviously didn't trust each other, as usual. Girls don't trust other women. It's
But
usually the
is,
fate of. And go ahead.
I think it's the way that Tiffany sort of put her ideas out there for Sydney and Brad that just kind of made Sydney go, you're just in it for yourself. I don't know why we're still talking kind of deal. So I can understand why Sydney is a little cautious about Tiffany, but yeah, Tiffany's kind of doing that to herself. And if she already knew that her and Sydney were not on the best terms and that Sydney is now onto her, and I don't see why she chose the TARP. Why did Tiffany choose the TARP? Made no sense.
I don't get
I
it.
think that she chose the TARP because she probably didn't trust Sydney to not choose steal the vote. So because if Tiffany chose steal the vote, and then we knew Brad was choosing steal the vote, everything depended on Sydney. She probably didn't trust her and said, I'm not risking it. I can't risk losing my vote. There's like nobody on the tribe. So I think that's maybe why she chose TARP, because it was too risky to lose her vote. At least that's what I could be wrong. I mean, we don't know why she chose what she chose. All we know is that Brad was choosing steal the vote. That's the only thing and that Sydney was going to choose TARP. At least that's what she told us.
I think with Sydney, she's confident with her alliance, and I don't see why she wouldn't be. Earlier, I kind of alluded to the whole Nasir thing, reaching out and saying we should vote out Danny, and right away she goes and tells Danny, and I think Nasir hears her telling them, because he kind of like so I think she feels comfortable with her alliance. So where even if they were to go to tribal council, she doesn't really need to steal a vote. What she doesn't want to do is risk anything that she might know. Were they in trouble of losing a vote here in this one? No, right?
Yes.
They were.
What, they were?
They are.
If
they all steal, then they all lose their vote at their next tribal council.
No, I thought you meant if they went to tribal, did they lose a vote? But they didn't. If they went to tribal, they didn't lose the vote. They didn't have right? If they went to tribal, they still had all their votes, right?
Yes.
No.
Wait, what do you mean no?
If they all choose steal a vote?
No, I'm talking about what happened on the show, not if they all choose steal the vote.
Okay.
I'm sorry, we're talking about two different things.
Right. So they all still have their vote. Yeah. And Brad has steal a vote on top of it. On top of their own vote.
Give me 1 second, guys.
Yes.
Go ahead and continue.
Yeah. So
oops.
Brad is always paranoid. Brad is always paranoid about something. So I can see why he chose steal. Sydney and Tiffany.
What would you have chosen?
I would have probably gone with depends on where you're at. I think if you're Sydney, you're like, I don't need to risk this. I'm fine. I'll
So
probably choose
let's
Tarp.
base this on this. Then Sydney had to tell someone, because if you don't tell anyone on your tribe that you left, you found the advantage, right?
Mhm.
How do you choose Tarp? Because now how are you explaining to your tribe how a Tarp showed up, right?
Exactly.
So
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah.
so I that's why I question I guess your Sydney's decision, because Sydney might have told her tribe, because if she chose Tarp, I mean, unless there was fine print and said the tarp will just appear, no one will know. I mean, maybe that was part of it and they just didn't need to read that part out loud. Because if you're not telling your tribe that you're doing this, how are you coming back with the freaking reward? Then they're going to know, unless you saw how at the challenge, Probes was able to get Xander to say it again without it making it look like he just said it again. He brought it up. So I wonder if, I don't know, I lost what I was saying, but I wonder if there was just a clause that said, don't worry about it. No one's going to know. The tarp is just going to appear.
Yeah, but I mean,
I think
even then, I feel like people would be like, "Where did this come from?" It'd still be fishy, even though.
So for me, if I didn't tell anybody, I'm choosing still to vote, because I can't choose a reward.
Exactly.
Because then they're gonna know that something happened, and I don't need my game messed up. So I'd rather risk losing my vote and them not knowing than giving them a reward and saying, "Wait a minute, she lied. Now we know she lied, so let's vote her out." You have to keep your lie together the entire time. You can never let a lie slip one time in the game. That's it.
I mean, if you slip, it better be with the right person around.
Right.
All right, and now we get to the immunity challenge, and we're at the beginning of the challenge before they go in, and then Jeff was asking players about their day or whatever, and then Xander comes out with his phrase, just testing the waters.
That was it. It was Brad that.
Brad said it first.
Brad,
he messed up the whole
Brad started.
He messed up the whole thing. But
he didn't even say it right, though.
No, he didn't.
He didn't even say it right. But
didn't.
Xander knew what was going on, and he repeated his phrase, and that's
when Probes went to Xander and said,
right.
That's kind of like what happened last week when you said, so he was, because if Xander just would have popped out with that weird thing again, everybody would have been like, wait a minute, why is he repeating this again? Right? So Probes had to give him the opportunity to say it again without ringing bells of anybody else. That's why I said the thing about the tarp was, maybe there was something that would have said, they're not going to know you were out here, but there will be a tarp.
Well, that's what I say. That's why I say that I wouldn't have said it the first time around. I would have just waited.
No, I wouldn't have said it. I would have waited for somebody else. 100%. I would have. And I don't know. And here's the thing. And this is what I want to know. Was Brad required to say it? Because are you required when you find it? Because Brad knew Xander had one.
Mm-hmm.
So he also, wait, I got to click something. I don't know if this is messing anything up.
I think he had to take a chance because he knew after he got the clue, he knew Xander had it. They knew Xander had it. Mm-hmm. And all they need is for Luvu to find theirs. And that's just one tribe they're waiting on.
So why didn't Brad wait? Because Brad knew Xander had it. So Brad said nothing, right? You just wait for the other person. Because now you know you have it. Now you know Xander has it. So now you know. So you just wait. And you hope that the other person says it.
Exactly.
What if everybody's waiting on everybody else to say it and nobody says anything?
That's why I think
that's part of the game, and that's what would make it really great is if nobody said anything because they were all waiting.
I kind of feel that they're forced to say it.
No way I would have said that. I would have waited. Because if Brad didn't say anything, right? Did he still lose his vote? And does Xander still lose his vote? Do you know what I mean? So if Brad didn't say anything about the broccoli trees, right? Would he have lost his vote anyway? Was it something you had to say because you found it? So at this point, it doesn't matter. You have to say it.
Yeah.
I mean, is that how it works?
I don't think you're forced at gunpoint to say it. The tribal after you find it, but
we haven't heard that that's how it happens. But
so then why are they saying it so fast? Especially Brad. Brad had no reason to say
because if you don't activate it, then you don't have a vote. You lose your right to vote until it is activated.
Lose your right to vote if you say it and nobody else has it. Right?
No.
So you lose your right to vote no matter what.
No matter what, yeah.
No matter what until they're activated.
Then I would say it.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter if it's that. It's just you at Tribe. I mean, as soon as you found this thing, you lost your vote. If not, all three were found.
Yes.
So it didn't matter if Brad talked about the broccoli trees or Xander talked about the butterflies. Their votes were already lost and will continue to be lost until the Blue Tribe, who happens to be doing good at everything else, cannot find this idol.
And that's the only down point for this three-way idol, because Luvu was winning everything, and so they didn't really feel the urge to go out and look for stuff.
Well, at least as far as we know, they haven't looked for it or haven't found it, or we don't know if they've even stepped out to even try to look for it, because in reality they're winning everything. So why would they even?
I don't think. I think we would see them look. They would show one of them.
They would show.
So everybody is super comfortable and they're too afraid to look for an idol and let someone else say, wait a minute, where is Nasir going?
Especially with what happened with Nasir.
Well, Nasir better get started.
That's what I'm saying. Especially with what happened with Nasir. Why would they risk it and then have someone find them, and then all of a sudden they're gonna get caught. They're having to.
Yeah.
I chose the wrong thing on the Zoom, so we're probably gonna get cut off. I'm probably gonna have to set up again, but we're gonna head into the what's it called? Into the community challenge.
Community challenge.
I'm gonna set up another thing real quick.
Okay.
We'll be right back. Real quick, give me one moment.
Part 2.
Me, I want to hit my vape, so I'm gonna go off camera real quick. Mark, I hope you visit New York soon.
I really want to. I'm dying for some good musicals,
I want to go so bad.
I want
The Lion King 6. I'm dying to see 6.
What do you want to see?
6.
Oh, I want to see Dear Evan Hansen so bad.
Oh yeah. I heard the movie is shit, so
I'd rather watch
it.
I don't have the desire to. I'd rather watch the show.
All right, guys. Give me just 1 second. I'll get us back on the screen. Okay. I apologize for that, guys. We apologize for that, guys. Joe just chose the wrong option on the Zoom, and we got cut off at the 40-minute mark. So we're getting Mark back in. Sorry about that, guys.
No problem.
I chose the wrong option, and I tried to fix it, and I didn't get to fix it there.
And there she is.
There you
All
go.
right.
Sorry, guys.
All right, here we are.
Sorry. Amateur hour over here. All right, so we're going to talk about the immunity challenge. I mean, unless you guys still have more to talk about.
Nah.
No, we talked enough about broccoli trees.
No,
And
we're back
butterflies.
because I was a little
Yeah.
distracted trying to make that not happen with the Zoom call. But I think you have to say it, even though they don't tell us. I can see why you would want to say it no matter what, because either way you lose your vote.
You're
No matter
right.
what. So, yes, of course you want to try to see if you can get someone else to do it. But knowing that, like Xander, the first time around, he's going to have to keep repeating it until all three of them say it, right? It seems fishy to me for him to keep saying it. Although this is a new thing in the game, so it might not even ring any bells, or it might not set off any alarms for it because it's new. So I don't know.
Especially if Probes keeps on
Queuing Xander.
yeah, he's queuing, so he's really not, Xander's not coming in and talking about it again. You know, I do think that by next tribal, it's going to be found, because production is basically going to just hand it to Nasir or something and be like, here already, this has gone on long enough. You know, and Nasir will mess it up. He won't say it right.
They're gonna
But
do the
then
same.
who cares? Even if anyone figures anything out, at that point, it's too late. All those idols are activated, and Tiffany and all of them are going to know they're in trouble.
And
because
going back to
he's gonna-
Tiffany real quick, I did get annoyed by what she was doing last week, but I don't dislike her. I think she's got that like spunk to her.
She's fun. She's actually fun to watch.
That she gives me hope of maybe trying, because I'm like, if Tiffany can do this, I can do this. And Tiffany tries. She gives it in her all. It's not like she doesn't try. I mean, she's
And we'll see it in the immunity
middle-aged
challenge.
woman.
Yeah.
It's not like this is easy for her. It's not easy for anybody. But she gives it her all at the immunity challenges. She doesn't give up.
Yeah. And we started the immunity challenge. What is it? Jump into the water, get across, get to the platform, get across the rope, single rope bridge with the rope handle kind of things.
Yeah, that's
and then
hard.
jump in. I don't
really
think I would
hard.
have been able to do it. That's what I said last week.
I think I
Remember when I
would've
said
fought.
I wasn't saying anything bad about Jeannie and her, the way her ability to swim. I just thought there was another option there that might have looked better to get that first leg. But Doug said, it might just be that they did burn that first one so that they don't have to worry about the other parts of the other aspects of the challenge. And this would have been ones that I would have volunteered, even though I know I wasn't going to get the advantage. Not that this one had advantage, but like going back to the other one, because I'm not going to do that easily. I don't even think in my head that I would be able to try to do that. Not even a video game. But like we did say, Tiffany did work really hard to not fall. I thought she was going to keep falling in like she did have the trouble that she did last week.
She didn't try to speed through it. I was thinking, all right, Tiffany, just slow and steady wins the race. If you can just get across without falling, it'll take more time to speed fall and get back up than it will. And she did. I was like really happy for her. I'm like, good. She must have felt really good at that moment to be able to do it for her team.
Well, not only that, the fact that she didn't fall in.
Yeah.
And the fact that she got the first target out of everybody, and that was impressive.
Yeah, I mean, Yase almost came back and actually wanted trade out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do like to see JD doing whatever he was trying to do, trying to be fancy.
Oh my God! What was this sounds like this isn't the NBA.
Yeah, and the thing is,
I
it missed
tried
really bad.
so hard.
It missed really
You
bad.
know what? Yeah, and I can see how Survivor really was his life because he's awkward. He's awesome though, and he was just trying to like show off and like do these moves, and it's like you're not even close, man. Give it to somebody else.
Yeah,
to
the
Brad.
alley oop thing just
This guy
wasn't
that's,
working.
like, 6'5", you know.
But like,
Yeah.
I wonder why it would like coming across that would even help. And would they even have counted it if it would have made it? Because
But how old is he?
technically, huh?
He's like,
Yeah, I
20
think
or-
he's just so young. He just doesn't get it. Like
The thing is, would it
I
have
think
counted?
he acts for the camera. I
Would-
think some of this is for the camera.
Yeah. Well, yeah, no, I think he's just trying to be Ozzy and Malcolm and
Yeah.
Right, but
I think-
he's gonna be JD. He's gonna be that guy that gives those kids that didn't have a lot of friends hope into like,
Yeah,
look at it,
I
this
think
guy
he
can
was-
do it. I can.
I think he was 20 when he played.
who?
Yeah, he's definitely
JD.
no Ozzy.
Oh. No, but what I'm saying is, would it have counted? Would it have counted? Because he technically was across the line. He still had it, the bag in his hand when he jumped. I mean, his foot wasn't on the floor, right? But I think if he made it, they would have been like, no. They didn't say anything because it didn't make it, and it was really bad, and it makes more for funny television.
Yeah, oh
Putting
my
all
God,
that
it
forward
was
motion, like
so
why,
bad.
why?
Yeah.
There's no frame, there's no backboard. Don't put any more forward motion than you really have to.
Yeah.
Like the alley oop thing just wasn't working.
Yeah.
Just wasn't working, and he just insisted.
And at the end of the day, Luvu gets
Luvu
it.
won, of course.
Deshaun was really the one
He-
that really,
Beasted that out.
yeah.
Like
The
the rest of the way.
and then Yase catches up and actually takes over, and they finish second, sending.
It was nice to see them win something because they really gave it everything. You know, not that they all don't, but you know, sometimes it's nice to see the underdog win something.
Mhm.
It's always good to see the underdog until you're the one that's facing the underdog.
Yes, until
Then you don't want it to see it.
Yep.
Yeah. Uwa goes to tribal council. Before you go to tribal council, I don't even remember if this is right then or before the segment before the immunity. JD comes back with a bunch of stuff around his. I feel like his pants are short.
Yeah, this was after the challenge.
Yeah,
this was
Yes.
after the challenge for sure.
His like if this is his waist and his pants were right here, they were like down here for some reason.
Yeah, the advantage was just sticking out.
What was he doing?
He's so bad at
with-
this game.
Oh my
He's
god,
He's just
that
so
was
bad.
Oh, we called it week one.
messy.
We called it week one that
Yeah, he's
we
just,
want him to get far. We don't think he's gonna make it into the merge.
Mm,
there's-
there's no way.
He's too risky.
There's
He
no
won't-
way.
He won't win the game unless he changes everything that he's done, and
I mean,
he's too risky. He's a loose cannon.
if he makes it all the way to the end, it's gonna be as a goat. I think.
Yeah,
Not. I like the guy and all that. I'm just thinking.
Then
Right.
again,
he plays too hard.
I think that he will change some lives. There's kids out there who are going to look at him and say, you know what, I can do it too.
I mean,
Who wasn't popular in high school, that didn't have it easy. I think that he is doing, great for them.
there's a non-zero chance because just look at Adam's game in Millennial versus Gen X. He was messy up until the end game, super messy as well. But he kind of picked himself off, dusted himself off, and said, and said,
Can
"I'm
you
gonna."
see JD turning into Adam though? I mean,
It's slim to none, but it's not.
I think that Adam's
it's a
game
non-zero.
was definitely, but I think that there's a level of maturity. Adam
but
was way more mature than
Right.
JD,
right,
and I think that plays a role in JD's game. Is maybe his a little bit of immaturity, but
yeah.
super likable. There's no one to dislike. on the entire
Yeah,
game. So it's hard when people go home because you're like, I don't dislike these people. I'm not. I usually be like, please let this person go, or please let this team lose, and I haven't really had that yet.
there's just so far everything JD's been doing just makes you go like, oh JD.
Yes, I mean JD can definitely go pre-jury, and I'll be okay with that. Still think he's fun to watch, but
Mhm.
I need more gameplay. Brad is was definitely more gameplay.
Yeah. So Brad wants to target JD. Like he kind of knew he was in trouble, and JD just sort of like sticks out like a sore thumb in the tribe because everybody knows how messy he is. And then with that whole extra vote sticking out of his pants, now Shan is on to JD as well.
Love her.
He's like, why should I even why should I keep trusting this dude when he's keeping this kind of secret from me? Like, why doesn't he just come out and tell me that? And so JD is now an option for Shan, and then Shan and Ricard sort of like just go off on their own and discuss their options. It's so as of right now, it's either JD or Brad. JD because Shan just finds it hard to trust him, like keeping all sorts of secrets from her and playing a super messy game. He's loose cannon.
He's impulsive. Yeah,
very impulsive.
And she got JD to give her the extra vote.
The advantage, yes.
That's
I don't know how she does it. She's a. I really like her a lot.
I think JD is desperate enough to use this as an opportunity to try to gain her trust back as well. Without this situation, I don't think Shan would have had the courage to use this as an ultimatum for JD.
I also think that she will give it back. She's not.
She did say that he was grounded.
A villain.
He's grounded on stuff.
She said that he was grounded. That she's gonna keep it.
Yes, that I believe. But I think that she will. She is. He's grounded. He's punished. I'm going to show you that you need to earn my trust back. She's not, going to take that and then vote him out that night. I mean, that is cutthroat. She's still really good at this game. I really like her. You don't have to be a cutthroat villain to win. So
you can just be in the middle of the road villain.
Right, and that's what she is, but she's good at it. She's good at playing that middle right now.
Really would have actually liked for her to do that to him, where she would have like, here's the advantage, and then she said she would have been willing to.
I don't think that she was. I think that when she had that moment when she spoke about her parents, that was not a great moment, but it was nice to see. And I think that when JD spoke about his difficulty needs growing up and that Survivor was there for him, I think that also helped. Not that she didn't have her mind made up, but
well, they were also the first two to connect in that group that we saw. But I think what really is that Brad and Jeannie were definitely a closer pair than we were led to believe. We didn't really see much of it. So when she wrote down Ricard's name in the first tribal council, he was already like, why do I want to work with them? I'm not going to work with them. Because he did bring it up, like, and he might not have been like, whatever. He brought it up for a reason. He I think he was disturbed by it, or not disturbed, but upset about it, to the point where like,
they just take things so personal. Like, let it go, man. It's a vote. Like,
it was one vote.
One person's winning.
But I do think,
but it's so early in the game, you have to let it go.
Yeah,
it's not like it's six. You know what I mean? Like 6 tribals in, and we're in final 3 together, and you're voting me out.
Yeah, but the thing is, after that first tribal council they went to, like they saw the line in the sand, and we just weren't so aware of it as an audience that these are the two factions, and
I did not realize how close Brad.
And we saw that in the episode where Brad showed her the advantage, and like, oh, you know what, they are a lot closer than what we thought. and
They went out and searched for idols together.
Yeah.
Yes,
But,
and she spoke about how she was close with Brad.
hmm
hmm
So I yeah,
that's got to be the reason why she chose Brad. If that was not the case, if Brad was closer to them, um, with everybody, not just with Jeannie, I think she would have gotten rid of JD because now she has the advantage, and I think Brad would actually have stuck with her if there were an alliance more than JD. I think JD
I
might be
think so
willing to
too
jump.
because he told her about his advantage. He told her.
hmm
But I
Right.
have a question now that we're going to get to the vote is Brad's immunity. Who does he get to choose who he passes it on to?
I don't
Does
think
it
so.
disappear?
I think it's
I
gonna.
mean, does
I
it
think
get,
it'll just
does it
reappear.
get
I think it's gonna be
they just
re-hidden.
hidden?
I think so.
So now nobody's gonna say it. So Xander's gonna be talking about butterflies, and there's gonna be no broccoli.
Let me tell you what I
Right?
think is
So-
gonna happen. This three-way idol is gonna get put like by the camp, like the way they had the tarp and
Oh yeah, it's gonna be put in their hands.
The thing is that now
Yeah.
everybody kind of knows. Well, no, only
What's
Jeannie
going on?
knows, right?
Evie.
Does Shan know?
Oh,
She
Shan
doesn't.
knows, yes.
Yeah,
No.
Yep.
Does she?
Shan knows. Shan knows all of Brad's
Yes.
all of Brad's stuff as well.
Okay, I don't remember that part, but yeah. The thing is, if you see it, you have to leave it alone unless you're willing to lose your vote, right? So you
Yeah.
can't even take it and go hide it somewhere else. You can. I would think that if you went and hide it, you're already taking advantage. You're taking that into your possessions, and that's it. You have
But
to.
So
JD
we're
doesn't-
100% that Brad cannot gift it
I don't
and
think so.
it gets rehidden
It would have
because
said
it doesn't
on,
make sense to rehide it.
it would have said on the parchment if it's like a legacy.
I think they would have
thing,
shown it
but
to us. They would have shown it to us.
They would have shown it to us. They would have told us about it as an audience. But I don't see it on that parchment, and I don't see it anywhere on that package. So I really doubt that it is the legacy advantage that he can just gift it to anybody. So it's gonna get rehidden probably right by the fire or by their bed. Somebody's just gonna be kick
Right by
it
the
and be like,
water?
oh, what?
Right
Oh,
by,
what is
you know,
this?
canteen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
No,
wow.
wow.
It's gonna be somebody who's gonna open it, and not gonna know about it. They're gonna open, they're gonna lose their vote, and they're gonna be in trouble.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Yeah,
but
I mean,
the vote for Barrett makes sense. He
Mhm.
has to steal a vote. He has the idol, even though it's not yet activated, but it could potentially do a lot of harm down the line if they're still in tribes, the same tribes, like come next to in the next 2 rounds.
and
Um,
I actually ended up liking Brad a lot more than I thought I was
Me
gonna like him
too.
the very first
Yeah.
episode. Mhm.
Same here. Same here.
Yeah, I have a question for you though. I think that regardless of his advantages, he was going to be voted out. There was nobody else. Who else?
They can get rid of
Jeannie, they
Jeannie,
don't-
but I feel like
Jeannie-
Jeannie's an easy vote.
See,
later
they
on.
don't focus on her enough to have even made sense if she got voted out. We would have been like,
And when I
who
say
just got
Right, but-
voted out?
when I say easy vote, I mean because now they have a target that they can get rid of, and knowing that Brad has a possibility next time around of having an idol.
But Shen would still have options if she kept Brad, because she would have extra vote with JD, the steal a vote, and the idol with Brad. And what use does she have for Jeannie? She doesn't.
Yeah,
She was shifted the vote to Jeannie.
Yeah, but what happens if Brad decides, you know what, she's not loyal, so he's gonna.
But could there have been a conversation had between Shan and Brad and about the possibility of, listen, if you don't vote me out, you know, I will share my advantage with you or whatever, like JD had done.
And
So
I think Shan is the one that's in everybody with everybody.
Right.
she's in with everybody and she's good at it.
hmm
I'm gonna be super disappointed if she doesn't go far.
I want her to go.
I mean, I know that it's anyone's game at this point, and I get that, but I do enjoy watching her. She's my favorite player right now. but I like them all.
Yeah.
Shocking.
I think she can pick up Jeannie now that Brad is gone. Because Jeannie was more closely connected to Brad, and now that Brad is gone, and Jeannie is now all on her own. And I think Shan can talk to her and be like, you know what, you're on your own. You don't have a vote. Us girls gotta work together, and that's basically all it takes.
So now the tribes, Luvu still has their 6.
Mm-hmm.
Ua has 4. Yase has 4.
Yes, it is 4.
So the next tribal council, if Ua goes again, Shan and Ricard, I think they're good. Shan also has JD, and like you said, she might be able to get Jeannie. But what's gonna be the best way to go is go 2-way or maybe go 3-way. Go with JD or go with someone else. We'll see. Let's go ahead and.
But I think if Ua goes back again, I think Jeannie's dead in the water.
Yeah, I do too. I saw her how she got mad after they lost. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, when she kicked that thing, that would have been me.
Yeah.
That would. I think there's a lot of great. I don't like to say characters because these are real people, but there's a lot of great tribe mates this year.
So yeah, I hope Luvu keeps winning, so I don't have to worry about Danny or Nasir or Deshaun. I really don't know the women in this tribe.
I think it's time for a swap.
I don't think there is going to be a swap.
I don't think there's going to be a swap.
I don't think there's going to be a swap.
I hope not. I think it's just going to go to merge.
Yeah.
Dude.
I think they're just going to go to one
I think
tribe.
it would have already happened.
That's brutal.
Yeah, I think it would have already happened. Because if you split 5-5, now you're going to put Luvu really in a disadvantage. After they've protected they've earned where they're at right now, and if you split them, if you split them up, they're gonna, unless they end up with 5 Luvu or 4 Luvu in one of those, they're gonna be in a big disadvantage, and then the person gets over here separated on their own, they're gonna be in a disadvantage. So I prefer them not to switch.
I think that what they should do, and we probably would have seen it, was next week should be like the merge, right? Because it'd be perfect. It'd be 6 and 6. No, it'd be 8. And
I think they would have to do it at 12 to give the chance of the other 6 people to come together.
Yeah.
Yes, to make
14
it even.
is a little big.
Yeah, yeah. So I think at 12, then you can see the people scramble, because that's when you'll see the blue tribe start flipping on each other. And that's when it's going to get really good.
We're going long, so we're going to cut it a little short here. But I want to just ask you guys MVP.
Shan.
Yeah, that has to be Shan.
Yeah, me too.
Shan, yeah.
Okay.
Great.
Hopefully, Luvu keeps winning. That's my hope for the rest of the season. I hope Danny makes it. I hope Danny, Shan, and I'm still not sure about Yase, who I really would want from that group to go. I like them all actually, so it's really hard.
Yeah, it's definitely rough.
Evie, like we need Evie to stay long in this game because she
I like
has a lot of potential.
I like Evie. I just feel like she might be
too trigger happy.
Not trigger happy, but
trying to play like Shan's game or Sean, but Sean is just better at it.
I think the last
playing